Hello and welcome back to Seeking Gravity. Tonight we've got something pretty special for you guys. We're doing our very first kind of game hangout night, and it's zombie defense. We've put a lot of work and trial and error into making a really cool experience for you guys using a brand new system with some new technology, and we hope you guys enjoy it. So tonight is zombie defense, and every one of our cast members is going to take a crack at keeping the zombies at bay.
Oh.
So we've decided that if they can survive 6 waves of zombies, that they survive the apocalypse.
We'll see how well they do.
So the game's very simple. We'll go ahead and get it started. Casey's gonna lead us off. We'll kind of explain the game as she gets going here. Take it away, Casey.
All right. Love killing me some zombies. Let's put it that way.
All right. So you can see we've got one zombie on our table right now.
And she can place that cue ball anywhere behind the head string that she wants, which is 2 diamonds out from the end she's shooting at.
It's called the bunker.
The
Jordan.
bunker.
It's the bunker.
Bunker.
So yeah, we essentially place a pool ball on the head of every zombie that's on the screen. Boom.
And success.
And just like that, wave 1's done. Boom. So we get this nice little stat that comes up on the screen too, 100% shot completion rate there. So
Gotta have some blood splatter.
yeah,
always.
oh yeah, of course, it's zombies, man.
Yeah.
So there you can see Casey's stats here. That's not her Fargo, that's a typo. So we're starting the night off strong with graphics. So I think you're like a 318 something
You
like
are correct on
that.
that. That is definitely not.
Yeah, so when you have to make 7 different graphics for players, sometimes there's some bad crossover, so I'll try.
James?
No, that is DJ's Fargo.
1.5 years?
That's correct. The time is correct. The Fargo is incorrect.
Yeah. And as you guys will notice too, that as shots are made or missed, the zombies will change and they will either advance closer if more shots are missed, or it'll get more difficult. So
Right.
more zombies will be added and approaching.
Right. So if you make a hit, it's just a pure shot making game. So if you pocket the ball, sit on top of the zombie, it's a hit. Nothing advances. If you miss, they advance and spawn additional zombies. So it can get hairy really quickly, as you guys will probably see at some point tonight. So as long as Casey can keep the zombies out of the bunker area that she's shooting from, she will survive the night. Okay, so we've got our first miss.
All right, so this is where it starts getting interesting.
Boom, just like that. It went from, oh, I got this, to, uh-oh. Now we're halfway down the field.
To now they're moving. They're on the
Now
move.
I'm worried about the bloodshed being on me. Gotcha.
At least they're slow zombies.
That is true.
They're nice enough to stand still for us. to
Yeah,
shoot
they
them.
are.
So there you can see actually what the projection system looks like.
And that's what it looks like from the player's perspective, what
Yeah.
the players are seeing, which is pretty amazing.
Uh-oh. We had our did you fat finger that? Yeah. Okay, so
So you can't make it. Got it.
okay, so Alice actually fat fingered that. So
Should I miss this one to make 2?
yes.
No,
Let's,
she did that because she's nice.
so let's go ahead.
That's right.
So yeah,
Let
go ahead and go. Oh wow. Okay, so
There you go.
all right, so Casey,
Right there, guys. I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
you're so good that you didn't have to shoot.
Terrible, guys.
That's a bit of a tough one.
Yeah. What's happening?
They're dancing in unison though, so it's like
Payback.
it's like a boy band over there in the corner of the zombie boy band. She's got a combo out there.
And they do that little groove back and forth. Uh-huh. Oh.
Okay, so what's gonna happen if she actually misses this, Alice?
Okay. Pressure's on.
Okay, what happened? So you guys can see from that view, kind of. Alex, if you can give us the top wide shot,
There we go.
just of Then, yeah, perfect. Thank
So
you.
is that orange one is one too, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, just making sure.
So here's the view, actually the projection system that the players see. So mixed with all of the pool table light that we have here to expose the cameras properly, that's kind of washed out. So we actually were able to engineer a system to overlay the actual computer feed on the screen.
That's what you guys are seeing, which is pretty incredible. The level of detail that is able to come out.
All right. So here they come. What is this, wave 3? Well, I think you accidentally got her through. So this is technically wave 3 or 4. What happened? I don't know. We'll have to watch for the text to pop up.
This always starts with how many?
I think so.
I think it does state
Because this
what
started with 4.
wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm concerned about, which.
Good
Alright.
clean shot.
Yeah. Found a hole between all the zombies.
And these two, for people who this is their first time watching this table has very, very tight pockets. It's a very difficult table. So a shot that might seem pretty straightforward is not so straightforward, and shots that are difficult are even more difficult. So just kind of keep that in mind too as you're watching the players take on these zombies.
Yeah. So other details there, you can see that the cue ball ended up in the pocket as well. That doesn't matter. The only thing that matters for the game is that Casey pockets the ball, and then if the cue ball runs around the table, hits another ball, those just get replaced.
So which makes this a great just pocketing drill.
Yep. Yeah.
Just pure pocket making.
Yeah. Most of these shots will be 7+ feet on a 4-inch shimmed pocket. So these are all hard shots.
Kind of overcut that one.
And you can see when they start spawning and stacking up, it eliminates options.
It does.
So she might have to wait for those to get near the side pocket.
And we've even
take 'em out.
seen options where it makes you shoot a combo. I mean, there's some tough layouts that come out. Like, yeah, what do you do with those two that are lined up there? I don't know if you can.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
This is what I want my flamethrower. And burn them all.
And that is her weapon of choice.
Is that your weapon of choice, Casey?
For sure.
Flamethrower.
I feel like keep them as far away from me as possible and just burn them.
Better hope they don't keep running at you when they're on fire.
Flaming zombies.
I don't know though. I might want to burn to death over being eaten to death and then turn into a zombie.
Yeah, okay.
Especially, yeah, it happens.
So many great options to pick from.
Yes, so many. Wow, I still don't know those two that are lined up there. I don't
Yeah.
know where they go.
They go in the
really.
side pocket. They
Side
almost have
pocket?
to. So that's we're kind of learning this game as you guys are watching it as well. We got this system, and there's a lot of stuff that it can do, and you guys will see a lot of stuff down the road as we just keep making shows for you. But we're also kind of learning as we go here, which is kind of what we wanted to do as well. So it all feels like we're all kind of learning.
Ooh,
as
they're
we go.
getting close now.
Yeah.
They're moving up the. And as
Well,
they
I
move
think-
up too, then the side pockets come into play.
But I think she's got the angle now for the corner. Nice.
And there you go.
It was the closest one else. Yeah. Splat.
More blood. good pocket speed.
So she's keeping them just out of reach of the bunker here, still alive.
So now, what kind of strategy do you go with approaching these? Do you take out the hard ones first, or do you start with the easy ones and then take out the hard one?
I think you take out the easiest ones you can, because as they move and respawn, you don't know what kind of complications they start making.
Yeah.
As we saw with Casey's layout in the early round, is that two kind of lined up for a combination.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would take all the ducks out.
Well, because then too, that increases your percentage too, potentially down the line of your shooting percentage if you take out the easier ones first.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah. And with it just being a pure shot pocketing game, you're not worried about where the cue ball is going or anything like that. You're just killing zombies.
yep. With your weapon of choice.
Yeah, waffle maker.
Yeah, perfect.
Waffle maker is. I mean, you never run out of bullets with a waffle maker.
right.
It's just.
And you use the slide down the rope technique. And
Yeah, you sneak up
sneak
on
up on them.
Yeah.
Perfect. Waffle them.
Or you get really vicious with the rubber ball paddle thing. Just get really good at that, and then you can just really just go crazy with that.
Do that.
There you go. Oh my goodness.
So then,
That is quite a weapon of choice right there. I don't know if we had one of those as a kid. I think I can only do like one or two before. If anybody has any other good weapons too, let us know.
Yeah, give us
Weapons of choice.
Give us your weapons of choice in the comments. We'd love to hear the most ridiculous weapons of choices for your zombie apocalypse survival. All right, so that was it. That was make it or die. We're getting eaten.
I had to kick him first.
Oh, we got an interesting line going on.
Yeah. They like to run in packs,
They
apparently.
do. Dance squads and all sorts of combinations. I think too, the people who made this legitimately just went with random
Yeah.
placement, because sometimes you get a combination, or we've seen that is not what you would reasonably give a player to shoot. I feel like
Yeah.
like certain combinations that are far out from the pocket, that's your only option to shoot.
Yeah.
Kind of seems,
Yeah, I think for
Bit.
the most part it's pretty random.
yeah. Which in a way is good though, because it does stretch your ability, because you are going to come up to combos or different things that, you might not think about just setting up during practice.
Okay, we're in a conga line here. You got a side pocket here.
One or two. Got it.
And the breakout.
See, now that would be an interesting scenario. You touch another ball, the zombie moves, you play it where it lies.
You don't need to make it harder.
Nice shot.
Yeah, especially because since you have to play from the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
if you miss balls and you, not miss, but if you knock another ball, you're gonna head down this way, you're gonna make it harder.
Yeah.
So she's very.
Potentially make it easier to keep.
Yeah, what if you knocked it closer to the corner?
You want slop to count too.
Yeah, Rob was slopping zombies in. During practice.
And got vetoed by by Matt on the no slop in zombie. You must have a clean kill.
Yeah.
Which there was a large debate going on of whether you could kill a zombie non-cleanly.
Well, I can't kill zombies with a waffle maker by getting them in the ankles.
you can trip them up.
Always the head. Yeah, slow them down. Get them on the foot and then tie the cord around something and put them on a leash.
You guys are having you plugged in waffle maker? I mean, is it going, or is it just mushy?
I mean, that would be kind of cool to cauterize.
Of
at the same time.
Of course it's got to be plugged in. He's got to have one hell of an extension cord.
You'll hear me coming because I'll have a generator on the backpack. You just hear that thing coming down the street.
There you go.
It's not green yet.
Yeah, but what's going to happen when you got to wait for the green light to come on?
I don't know, man.
You can pick square, circle.
Play it by ear at that point.
Tell the zombie to wait. Your waffles are not ready yet. Oh! And the zombies are on the move. So does it add zombies if you miss?
Mhm.
It does,
Yeah.
and if you make. Either way.
Nope.
Yeah.
If you hit, nothing moves. You just,
really?
You just explode a zombie. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, what I mean is once you clear the round, making them all, it adds zombies as well. Just makes them harder.
I think it stays at what level you're at, so it'll stay at 4. Oh, no,
Now, yeah, because I didn't, I kept clearing,
That's right.
yep.
Now,
Now it adds one, yeah.
Yeah. So to answer your question, so if she clears the board here, it will go to the next wave and it'll reset. We haven't played this a lot yet, just some quick testing before it went live. Not a smart move, but we wanted to kind of make it a learning experience as well. So we're theorizing that you start whatever round it is. So if it's wave 5, you start with 5 zombies. And we've kind of decided, because I think this is kind of like a never-ending game. Again, we haven't ran it like for hours on end, but we decided that if somebody survives through round 6, that we'll go ahead and declare that they survived the apocalypse.
For time purposes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's quite a bit of blood coming up towards the bunker. Oh, there you go. Oh, interesting.
Imagine if we, had to have this one play lead.
Nope.
Instead of like having sudden death in playoffs, they just go to zombie round.
Yeah.
I like it. Whoever kills all the zombies. Or,
All right, so we've got a couple getting pretty close to the bunker here.
Oh, interesting.
Took it all the way down.
She took it all the way down. That's interesting choice. Was successful, so
it's out of one eye, Jordan. One eye.
one eye. The weapon of choice.
Casey, one eye bray. That's it. Just get you a patch.
I would love one.
You gotta totally wear. That'd be probably pretty intimidating for your opponent. You roll up with an eye patch.
It's like considered sharking.
I was gonna
like,
say, it was
And then really freak them out and flip eyes with
Uh-oh.
it. Change eyes.
So that zombie just okay. So she's got to either make another ball
Uh-huh.
or that one, or she's zombie food.
She's zombie food. She's zombified. Oh yeah, that zombie is close. Oh no.
Okay,
Let's see.
Game
Oh,
over.
game
What does
over.
it
Brains.
say? All right, so shooting, she shot 48%. Nice. All right, well that's not bad on this table considering you're doing a very hard table, all long shots.
Uh-huh.
And that's gonna bring up Julieta. So Casey, why don't you take a seat?
You want me to take a seat?
Yeah.
Talk about that experience.
Let's do a debrief.
right.
So you're dead.
Yes, I am.
Uh,
I wish I
how
had
did-
blood to cover my face right now.
It's like, remember Nickelodeon when they slime people?
Yes.
Maybe that's just
Oh
what
my
we
gosh,
do. As soon as you get that last zombie, boosh.
Yes. It just
It
falls down.
Get pretty messy in here.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think it would be good on the pool table either.
Was
so.
it easier, harder, what you expected?
I didn't really have any expectations. I didn't really want to die from zombies, but I actually enjoyed it. It's kind of fun
Yeah.
to take a way of practicing instead of just practicing your shots, making a game out of it.
Yeah.
To me, I was like, oh, it's like mixing video games with trying to practice my pool game, right? And so
Yeah.
for me, I actually really enjoyed it, and I'd probably want to play that way more than just practicing by myself. I could play that by myself and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it's a nice way to practice without having to think, right? And I think that's why a lot of people probably shy away from practice in general. You'll hear a lot of players, especially low and middle skill level players, that they don't practice. They just rack racks and shoot them out, and so they never really get into that discipline of trying certain things, especially shots like this over and over and over. So you're shooting those are all like 3/4 of the length pool table shots. So it's a way to kind of zone out and still have fun and practice pool.
Yeah, it's interesting too because I feel like if you were playing, and let's just say I did it again, right? I'm gonna have a different shot that it's gonna bring up for me. So either I'm gonna have a combo that I'm gonna have to make, or a long shot or a side pocket shot. So it kind of also gives you that sense of variety, just like you would do
Yeah.
if you were playing an actual pool match.
Yeah, so this is interesting. So it's not just these hangers and pockets. She's now
Yeah.
having to do a cutback to the far upper right pocket as you look at the screen right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and she almost got it.
Yeah, that was a good
ridiculously
try.
hard shot.
That was a really good try.
We don't like when zombies come in packs, back to back.
That's why I have 2 waffle makers.
Oh, okay. So you
Just swinging
fry them. My question, do you eat the waffles after? Do you like actually make waffles out of your
If I've got the toppings on hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta have toppings. I can't just do straight waffles. What?
Wouldn't that make you a zombie?
No, because he's eating the zombie. If the zombie ate him, then for sure.
No, I think
He
she's
definitely
right.
likes strawberry jam on it, right? Sorry. Definitely not trying to shark Julieta on this, because this is tough.
I do have a visual now, though. It's the high protein waffle.
Oh. Yeah, you're
No, those are all very makeable shots. I'm just not feeling it today.
It's because they're not banks.
Yeah, that's why I asked if you could bank in this game, but
I mean, if you call it, yeah, if you want to call
oh,
it.
you could?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because like one of them, there was a potential for a bank when it was like dead center, but if you can't bank it, then you're having to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just natural.
Banking
Did I just
zombies
say
is
there you
a
go?
bad idea, I'm just saying.
There you go. Good shot.
All right, so she's fending off the close ones here.
Isn't that the idea?
Is this wave 2?
Wave 2.
Wave 2, okay.
She's gotten some tough tough.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
starter was hard.
You guys are just trying to be nice.
No, I would have missed the shot.
I missed a shot that was 2 inches from the pocket.
Good shot.
The other
Nice.
one that was 5. That was a good shot.
What was Julietta's weapon of choice? Was like participation trophy?
Oh,
What
yeah,
was it?
yours was a APA participant.
My very first 9-ball trophy, because they actually had male and female versions of the trophy. And so mine was this lady with a skirt on. It was great.
Because we all play in skirts when we.
Oh, yeah, skirts, that's right. It's like the uniform.
That's the uniform of pool. You know?
Yeah, I don't know if flamethrower is a good idea.
Really? Why?
Well,
I
mean,
can toast your waffles.
I mean, they're already.
Saying,
They're already.
like-
I mean, I appreciate that.
Like I
And maybe
literally
once you're
can
dead,
help you cook
I'll-
your waffles. If you don't have electricity, I'm helping you cook your waffles right now.
I'm just thinking, if you're undead, you don't care if you're on fire. If your brain's still functioning to a certain degree, I mean, it's gonna take a while. They might get to you as they're burning.
I'm a fairly good runner, and I feel like once they're engulfed in flames and they're just like not sure where they're at because they're not very bright, right? They don't have brains going on. So then I can just run away and they're just burning, and they probably run into somebody else and burn them, and just banking on, like that whole grenade theory. Just throw the grenade and hopefully a lot will go down.
How far does this flamethrower shoot a flame?
Since it's literally made up in my head right now, it's going real far.
I mean, I want to say like a legit flamethrower goes, what, like 60, 70 feet?
There you go. Yes, for sure.
No idea.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe 40? I don't know.
I've never used a flamethrower.
I'm just going based off of movies.
Yeah. I mean, really,
All right.
that's all we've got.
That's got a flamethrower.
Wave complete, 60, almost 62%.
Nice.
So is this is wave 3. All right.
Oh, wait, 3 with 3.
Yep, each wave starts with how many? I mean, that's like wave 3.
So there's a radio broadcast. Zombies are coming.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stay home? Do you leave your house? Do you have a place that you want to go?
Yeah. Doesn't everybody have a bunker? I mean,
I mean, we have one here in the studio.
yeah, I 100% have a bunker.
I would come here.
You'd come here?
Just bring food,
Yeah.
play pool.
Not worried about the safety aspect.
No, just, I mean, if you're, yeah.
There's a fence and a gate.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure zombies can climb.
No.
Yeah, I
They're
think
just
they
gonna
climb.
bump into things.
They climb over each other. That's what, like,
I think it depends. Okay, so this is important because
Okay.
there's so many different kinds of zombies,
That's
right?
true.
We talked about like the Walking Dead zombies. I think are just brainless little things, and then there's like 28 days later where they sprint after you, and it's all like super scary.
and Zombieland zombies. I don't know if you, I mean,
Yeah, they're kinda
those
like
ones are like
halfway,
halfway
yeah,
in between. That's
yeah.
kind of how I'm picturing
Yeah,
our
alright.
zombies. Is they're like
I'm
they
really,
can kind of go after you. They're not that bright, but
I'm really pulling for the Walking Dead zombies. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my goal. I mean, if we're gonna go there. So then you can just.
The scariest thing for me would be zombie dogs.
oh,
Screw that.
Yeah, we just Alice and I just watched I Am Legend again. That's a great movie, and man, yeah, those were kind of in the middle too. They were fast though.
yeah. The thing is if you run, you're still. I mean, at the end of the day, they're still traveling too, right? So do you just make a fortress and hopefully they don't smell you, so they don't come where you're at? Because isn't that their thing? Is there?
Well, that's a good question. Can they smell, or is it only noise, or is it for both, or?
Well, again, it depends
We
on
don't know.
It depends which movie, right? Because some of the shows, if you rub like dead zombies on your skin, they don't detect you. Some like won't eat you if they know you're sick. They can detect if you got cancer or some kind of disease, and so they won't eat you that way. I think that was the Brad Pitt movie. What was that called? World Z or something
Yeah.
like that. Like they discovered like if somebody had an ailment that they would just go right around them.
Huh. So basically, that's when you're happy you're sick?
I think I can't remember. I want to say that in that movie, their answer was they injected a dormant virus into their system, so it was detectable, like that virus is in your system, but at that point, it couldn't kill you. I want to say. There's so many different zombie stories. They
So
all kind of
COVID.
get mixed up.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. We're all good now. We're all good. In World Z, we're all good.
Too soon. Nice shot.
So Jennifer says in World War Z, they can climb.
See? They'll
Well,
climb
yeah,
it.
they kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, because they breached that one giant tall wall. I remember that, and they got into the main city.
As soon as they're running or climbing, count me out.
I'm gonna go with Fortress. And just hope they don't hear me.
You can have flamethrowers all around this fortress.
I might have a trench so I can just start a fire around my building. I don't know.
There you go.
Well, there are people who are fortunate to have enough money they can build these really cool custom homes, and they essentially make them buildings that are kind of apocalypse proof. So like they're mostly concrete, and then they're designed so all the doors and windows will like pivot, and they'll be covered in like super duper steel, or like the concrete will actually move.
So did you have a list of those people by any chance, maybe?
Yeah, you need to get buddies with them.
I know, that's what I mean, I can frequent that bar, I don't know. Like, hey.
For a while, people were putting bunkers and stuff in their backyards underneath the ground and stuff.
Well, that's back when we were scared about nukes, right?
Yeah,
Or you're
yeah.
talking about recently, just kind of like preppers. That's kind of a thing too.
Like prepping, yeah. But it's kind of, it was for like nukes and war and stuff, but
Yeah.
I think they're coming back in.
So if anybody's out there that has one of these homes that are fortified, please contact me because I do cook and clean. And you might need that.
She also had a lot of shark.
Yes.
Oh, well, yes.
There's actually, so it kind of reminds me of that movie. I think it was called Blast from the Past. What's his butt was in it? Who was oh my, yes, thank you, Brendan
Oh, yeah.
Fraser. So his parents thought a nuke had happened, right? A plane actually crashed on their property, giant
That
fireball.
was so long ago.
Yeah, that was 90s.
Yep.
And so the parents had thought a nuke had happened, and so they went into their super duper underground.
And they were in there for a while, right?
Like
and then,
30 years or
Yeah,
something.
and then he comes back out and
Yeah.
he's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fun movie, but there's actually somebody, I think it's in Las Vegas. There's a house that was on the market not too long ago. And so legitimately is like a corner lot, house sitting on top of it, but the real house is underneath everything. So under the entire lot, you go down underground, they actually have a house inside this enclosure with like painted skies. So like you're underground, but you think you're like just living a normal life.
So this house is for sale?
It either was or is. Yeah, but they wanted like
Did the people die?
like $2 million or something. I don't know, right? Or they're like,
They got attacked. Their defenses didn't work.
or they kind of were just over it. They're like, yeah,
They're like, I guess nothing's happened bad to us, so.
I'm ready to go. Like
Yeah.
this, let's not prolong this.
But I feel like the best defense would be just having your own little submarine at that point.
Submarine?
Yeah, because do we feel like,
Yeah, do they swim?
do you know what I mean? If you're gonna have a fortress, you're gonna have it underwater, then maybe you're gonna like start building like, we're talking Atlantis style. I don't know, I'm going real far.
You do realize in one of our last episodes you got ate by a shark, right?
Did he eat me though?
I'm pretty sure he did.
I feel like I just might have just lost a few limbs, guys.
A few?
We didn't see me dead.
That's sequel 2.
Yeah.
All right, so let's check back in with Julieta here. Are we wave 3?
Yes, wave 3.
All right, so we've got
And they are approaching.
a very patient zombie here in front, getting close to the bunker.
Those ones are kind of nice though because you can shoot them in the side pocket, to be honest, as opposed to having to go all the way
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
long
long
shots
shots
are. Besides the fact that it completely destroys your stats, it's nice to come a little closer.
Yeah.
You don't worry about stats when you're fighting for your life, Julieta. Just kill zombies, man.
She's gonna be like, my Fargo rating though.
One thing it does point out though
Nice
is
shot.
what areas of pool you need to work on, whether it be short shots or when they're close to the pocket or long shots or different things.
Yeah.
I know I need to work on 8-foot shots in the 4-inch pockets.
You get good on this table, and you get on those 7-foot diamonds, and there's no long shots. All right, Julieta's going on a tear here.
Yeah, that's pretty mean.
And you have to figure the pocket face I got.
All right, so lining up the shot here.
Oh, so close.
So there was daylight, and then there wasn't.
So this is a game that if you had a pool table at home and you had, what is the projector? Like, software?
I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
But essentially somebody could turn their own pool table into a zombie killing game.
Yeah, and like I said, there's much more. So there's a number of different games and things that we'll use this tech for moving forward. So this is really the first time. We've actually had it for a while. We're just finally getting it deployed in a manner that is fun for you guys to see. We kind of figured out some things so that it looks really cool, as you can see, because when we had just a general overview shot, the only time you can actually see it clearly with the camera is if we
Yeah.
had all the pool table lights off. And then
Yeah.
as you're a pool shooter, you can't make balls that way. So so Alex is showing you there. So when all the pool table lights are on and the projector's on, it's fairly washed out. So we found a way to make it work.
I need them closer. Come on.
She's just baiting them in. So you can get them with her trophy.
So going with a strategy of missing to
Yeah.
get them closer.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't missing on purpose, but I'm not sad when they're closer.
So, hey Alex, can you pull up Julieta's graphic for me? Thank you. There she is. Weapon of choice also, a cue ball would be pretty great. Looks like she smashed a few heads in with that thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a measles ball, so it's already kind of half red, so that's kind of cool. I wouldn't mess with Julieta if I saw that image. I didn't know Julieta. I'd be like, nope.
Yeah.
I don't want to
no,
see her.
I know.
What is that? She's got that name? Don't you remember when you were little?
So Julieta's a 385 Fargo, and while we have a little bit of time, Alex, can you go and pull up the Fargo comparison chart for me, please? So if you're not familiar with what Fargo is, essentially Fargo rating is a very universal system where, for example, in local leagues like BCA, APA, and TAPS, and the list goes on. There's a new one every week. But one of the biggest ones is APA, so we have that one here for you guys to see. So if you play APA and you know your skill level, you can kind of see how that relates to a comparable Fargo rating. The cool thing about Fargo is that it, like I said, it's universal and it's integrating everyone's skill levels. The way it works is you play other people, and then based off of that interaction and that history. So if I played you, Casey, and
I'm essentially playing you and also everybody you played before, right?
Exactly, that's a great way of saying it. And so I can go down to Las Vegas and compete for a week, and now I bring that history back to this local region with me. And so it eventually, over time, Everyone's it's just an interwoven system. So it's not the hyper local thing that you'll see like in your local leagues, because you'll have, and we hear about it all the time once people get to higher level tournaments in certain kinds of leagues, it goes, oh, those guys on the East Coast, they're too skilled, like they're my level of speed, but they're ranked 2 levels below me. Like, how does that work? And it's because that local area is so concentrated with high level, like more accomplished players. So if they're beating each other, no one's really going
Moving
like
up.
this, right? And so relative in terms of actual skill level, there's a mismatch. And so that's a frustration a lot of players will have. And that's another cool thing about Fargo, is that it doesn't matter. So when I go down to Las Vegas, I can look somebody's Fargo up, and that Fargo
It's
is
gonna tell
relative to here, Arizona, Hawaii, China, doesn't matter, right? And that's a really cool thing about it.
Yeah, because when I'm playing in APA and I only play in one league and I play majority of the time the same players.
Yep.
Every session, right? So I'm really not getting a variety of experience. It's a lot of the same players, and so for me to really know where I'm at skill level wise, I think the Fargo rating is beneficial, because it isn't just I'm a 2 because I'm a 2 in my league.
Yep.
Right? So I have this rating based off of how well I'm actually shooting on a majority of the bases, right? So it will be interesting to actually get that established. I know that I've only played like a few games on Fargo, so it takes quite a few, right, for it to be a little bit more established.
Yep. Yeah, so to kind of hit that next part of that conversation is, well, how do people get Fargo? So Fargos are established through certain leagues. For example, in a BCA league, in at least our region, all of our league matches report to Fargo.
Okay.
And so Fargo's it's a organization, right? And they just ingest all of the information, all of the match play history, and then that's put in their aggregator, and you've got a history. So you have an account, you can log in, you can see all your matches that you've played, you can look up any name of any pool player, you can see their Fargos if they're established. Also tournaments, any kind of halfway decent sized tournaments with any reputable players in them, those will also get reported to Fargo. Or I know Fargo actively goes out looking for tournaments that have happened. So most tournaments now are completed on a online bracket. So it's filled out, and then Fargo can see those. And so they can say, oh, well, I know that player, he's legit, and then they'll kind of assume that tournament qualifies as players to get tracked, and so they'll just ingest that on their own.
Okay.
Sometimes Fargo reports immediate results, like overnight, like our league does, which is cool, but if it's like tournaments, sometimes it can take months for those to finally get seen and tossed in the system. So there's a number of ways that you can do Fargo. There's also an app called Solado,
Yeah.
where you can, and that's kind of how you got started, because
yeah.
it's the only thing you've done so far that provides a Fargo rating for you so far. And so you can actually, because that's a hard part, is, well, if I don't play tournaments or a league, how do I get started in Fargo? And so Solado is an app that you can create matches, and you can report to get started on that. And so the more racks that you play, the more your history and robustness go up, and you get just a more concrete rating. So it's a very complicated yet simple conversation to have, you know.
It's interesting. So if I was going to play at a tournament, though, so people that are hosting these tournaments, let's just say at our local pool hall down the street, are they saying that this is a Fargo, like it will, so that I would know? Because maybe then I would choose to play it, and if it's going to benefit me, I'm not going to feel like I'm going to choose to play it because I'm going to make any dollars off of it at where I'm right now. But maybe it would be something I would play in just so that I can get that Fargo experience and those plays in, right?
Yeah, well, I think any tournament play or any play in general, you should always prioritize just the fact of the experience, right? Just more experience of playing players you're not used to playing. I think there's a huge advantage to doing that, just getting out of your comfort zone, playing people that you've never had a conversation before. When you first start doing that's really weird, you know, and I think that can throw people off their game, and then you just get used to being to playing people that you've never played before. But yeah, I mean, you can always ask the tournament director. A lot of things, especially like I said, they're done online now, so there are some tournament directors who will self-report, and they actually submit that actively to Fargo. And then there's other tournaments where they use a very popular online bracket and then just kind of hope that Fargo picks it up right? But there are some that actively go, okay, submitting this to Fargo, and so all the results will get taken up. And the way that it's actually tracked is not by wins or losses for a match, but actually just down to the rack. So if we played and I got 5 racks and you got 1 rack, it's not just you lost, you actually got a rack on a high 500, so your Fargo still actually might go up, you know, even though you only got 1 rack versus my 5. So it's tracked on a very granular level.
Same principles as chess ratings.
Yeah.
So yeah, Matt, instead of, or in addition to putting the level 6 limit, we might have put a time limit
Make it speed pool.
for me. No, like I can be stuck on level 3 here for an hour because I keep getting down to the last ball and missing it, or the last couple balls.
Yeah. You can go pretty indefinitely on one wave.
Yeah, I'm still on wave 3 and I've been playing for like 2 hours.
Well, if you want to be done, Julieta, you can be done. There's no pressure to go if you feel you got your fill of zombies.
If you feel like you killed all the zombies.
I can declare that you survived the apocalypse, though.
Yeah, they did not eat you.
I don't feel good about that. Okay, yeah. Get through the wave, Julieta.
Oh, she's been so close.
She's got her sweet zone there in the middle where she can just take them out.
She's got to start banking on.
And considering you get ball in the head essentially every single time, this should be such a piece of cake.
There's distance involved.
I think if we were playing a 7-footer, we'd go through quite a few waves pretty quick, but they'd probably also block pockets more easily too.
So when you use this game, do you say what size your table is?
When you like calibrate it, yeah. So there's like a calibration tool because everyone sets it up differently.
Okay.
And so yeah, depending on where your projector goes,
Got
all
it.
the angle of it, it's very precise. And so yeah, it kind of you just configure it in there, and it knows essentially now the dimension.
Kind of not straight shot.
The zombie looks motivated.
No. There you go.
You're just playing with them, playing with their emotions.
There you go.
Oh, you're almost there.
Yeah.
He was almost there.
The tea sets in when you kill this many zombies.
It's a good endurance builder.
Yeah.
That's true, because you're maintaining concentration, aren't it?
It is. It's important when you're playing in a long tournament.
It sure is. That was a great point that they kind of brought up. I don't know if that was super clear on the mics, but you know, another thing that we're learning here is that this is very much can be an endurance trainer for focus, which is very much a real thing.
Yes. Especially if you're playing, I mean, I know there's been some times where I've had to play 6 8-ball matches or longer, right? So if you're constantly having to play game after game after game before somebody wins, like this is a good way to.
Or it's simply like once you're already fatigued, like you're just starting to play, like you're just fatigued in life. Like I was competing out in Vegas. Was that last week? Week before? I don't know. It's hard to tell. My match didn't start till 12:30.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised that they went so late, right? And
Well, they got it. They got
Yeah.
pushed through, and that's tournament life too. That's what it is, right? And just the fact you've been sitting in a pool hall for 10, 12 hours.
I'm sorry, Matt. I didn't go to bed. I
all
could
good.
not. I watched some of them, but at that point, I was like, I have to go to sleep. I have work.
Yeah.
They expect you to sleep down there when you're.
Well, that was another brutal thing about it is the turnover. So we were in a bracket where if we kept winning, you played at 9 o'clock, and if you won your 9 o'clock match, which would typically end around midnight, you were back at it at 9 a.m. So not crazy, but the fact that
You don't sleep in Vegas.
you're getting to bed realistically by the time you eat and get settled 1:32, and now you're waking up 7 o'clock. You're looking at 5 to 6 hours of sleep after like a 10, 12-hour day in a pool hall. So yeah, that's very much a real thing.
Tournament life.
Yeah, I don't envy professional pool players. Just that's rough. Like you're paying your own dime typically to travel. You're living out of hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Eating fast food.
No. Mm-mm.
And then there's no guaranteed paycheck.
Nope.
I mean, hopefully you're sponsored at a professional level, but still like hoping that you
That's
get
the
some
hope.
cheese.
If you're sponsored enough to where they're at least paying your hotel, paying your food,
Yeah.
at least you got it so you can focus just on pool. But
There's only a handful of players that are given that package.
Yeah, they get that big of a check. Yeah. Man, we need to get a mop on this zombie floor. It's getting brutal.
alright, so they're moving forward.
Uh-oh, here we go. They're knocking on the doorstep, or the bunker step.
I mean, you're just wanted to.
That
You're like,
nine-ball zombie,
whatever.
That 9-ball zombie's kind of tricky.
Good
It's
shot.
interesting how shooting past that side pocket like that can kind of be intimidating.
Yeah, for sure. Optical illusions.
Choosing to take it long.
I think you're trying to miss back there so you can get him closer.
I can't, I'm not good at long shots. So
Well, here we
maybe
are.
It was like forever for me because I'm not good at long shots.
Well, by the end of it, you're going to be an expert. Oh, that's interesting. So if you shoot the ones that are closer, then they go back.
No, they don't
No,
move.
they don't move.
As long as you're making them in, they don't move.
No, what I mean is, so she made the ones that were super close to her.
Once you
And
miss,
so now they got reset because she missed, but they're farther away.
Nothing resets.
It's just the ones that are missed. Then there's one that spawns from them.
Didn't move, so they all were in the back because I didn't, never did. And any new one that shows up down there.
Yeah. All right. This is it, Julia. This is your moment.
No! Whose turn is next?
It'd be DJ next.
DJ now.
All right, here we go.
All right, we got it.
Your family's watching, they want to know that you can protect them.
With your cue ball.
Let's see, I've got one kid that's probably playing, I don't know, is he still playing Fortnite? Playing something. And then the other kid's probably playing Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not watching Mom. Oh, jeez Louise. Kidding me.
That's because your kids kids aren't watching.
This is it. Too well out. I feel it.
Oh, everybody looks Okay, remember how in the sharking episode when we said silence was the biggest sharking for us? Thanks for that, guys.
Is that how it's going?
Hey, you're still alive. You're still shooting. It's not over till it's over.
Oh.
Great job strategy on that one.
I mean, I'm a little shocked when he started banking yet, but
Ugh.
All right, we'll call next miss. Next miss.
In there.
What do you think, Julieta?
If she wants to take it on, if she wants to
I
finish.
mean, it's hard just to leave in the middle.
You've got this, Julieta. You can do this.
Yeah, I can just intentionally go for the far away ones and then done.
Strategy.
Suicide by.
Yeah. Oh.
Side by zombie.
Yep.
So for those just tuning in, this is a zombie defense game where it's a straight just shot making ability game. If you make the shot, you kill the zombie, no one advances. If you miss, they advance towards your bunker and more spawn, creating more problems.
There you go.
This might be it.
There you go, but I missed the next one.
Way to go. So Jordan's the problem. Nah, I get it.
I played with somebody that absolutely hates to hear that.
Really?
Yeah, she says, don't ever say that, you go. And she says,
Because it's putting that expectation on you.
say, you got this.
Got
Don't
That's
say,
really
"Oh,
when I'm getting ready to shoot and someone says, oh, this is a nature shot, you got this.
Well, so you like silence.
Well, it's just no commentary on my actual shooting. Like if I was in the league or something like that.
oh, combo shot.
Some shots are always harder than they look.
I hate combos.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Combos I made.
I've never met a combo I'm like, I like that one.
Combos are counterintuitive.
Yes, they are.
You gotta hit them opposite.
See, now that's how you get out of the.
This will break this up.
Yeah, that's how you break up a bad combo is you just miss. So you learn some strategy from you.
Remember this, DK.
You guys like, I'm not gonna miss. He's gonna get to level 6 and be out.
What's going on with that one down below us? Did that go down?
I think it did.
The one at the bottom side puck, I think, is
Yeah.
dead.
That guy's dead.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to trap with all the blood.
Just gets really messy.
All right, here we go. This is
One
it.
more.
You just.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry. You're gonna totally miss this. You have no chance.
Oh my gosh.
Oh!
I really thought that one was gonna go.
Oh, now you get a like long combo.
I think she can get past.
Oh, it's funny. It's just a straight shot.
Yay! She killed the zombies.
I shake your hand, but you're all bloody.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's gonna bring.
True survivor.
That's gonna bring up DJ. DJ's gonna kill some zombies.
Julieta, if you want to have a seat so you can discuss your yes.
Yeah.
I can.
Rob, you wanna?
Am I terrible at this?
Hey, Rob.
No, you weren't terrible. You're great.
But my, I didn't see my percentage, but I'm sure it was like,
I think
42.
Right around 52. 52%.
I guess you could probably do the math on that. In order to stay alive, you have to be above 50%, right? Or you'd be dead.
Maybe. I guess that could be.
That was painful. I apologize to everybody
It was tough,
that may
right?
have watched. How many people turned it?
You got a lot of long shot practice in. Well, when you start missing some of those, and then you get the short shots,
Yeah, then you catch up.
and then you
Is there
catch up,
easy?
and you can kind of just keep it going on and on and on. And,
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
So any takeaways, Julieta?
I suck at long shots. But that's not really a takeaway. I've known that.
Yeah, you made
Back in the
a lot
day.
of great long shots. Well, figure it this way. Most
Oh,
of the
geez.
time- wow. That's a tough layout.
It's not too bad because you
still
just
got
hit
a
one of
shot
them.
for you.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
hit the first one. And
Yeah, that one layout you got, you literally could do nothing but shoot a combo, but you had another ball on the table. And when you missed, that changed. So,
And I didn't do that on purpose. I was trying to think.
yeah.
I think for the way the angle was, I could have put the cue ball all the way on the rail, and then I could have done a back cut to the further in ball.
You were going to avoid the combo at all costs.
I was going to try to avoid the combo. I was going to look at it. I hadn't really taken a good look at it. I was just ignoring it until I got all the other balls in, which never happened in that scenario.
Well, you figure you were saying you weren't good at the long shots, but honestly, you were making a lot of long shots. But to actually pass those phases, you end up needing to make 4 or 5 long shots in a row.
Yeah, once you get that many zombies on the table, when you hit them in, since they don't advance,
Yeah.
you're stuck with the long shots at the end, regardless.
Yeah.
There's no way
And it
around the
seems
long
like
shots.
there's always 1 or 2
Yeah.
that are in a really difficult spot.
Yeah, there's no way around it because when you miss, yeah, they advance, but then the new guy starts at the back.
Yeah.
So you always have the long shots.
Yeah, you know you're gonna have to make a couple difficult shots. Well, I like how you were doing though. You pick off the little ones, get in stroke, and then you go for that tough ball.
What was your weapon choice?
I mean,
So did you do an 8 ball, right?
how many? Yeah, that's what I do in 8-ball and 9-ball. But you were very consistently getting down to only 1 ball left.
1 or 2, and then I would
And
just
then-
miss it.
yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of my concentration was just losing or. I know some of them I definitely wasn't doing my normal aim routine because I usually walk
Yeah.
behind the ball.
Yeah.
And I aim it up, I find my spot, I walk back to where my cue ball is. And I'm not sure if having it as ball in hand is actually a disadvantage because I just inherently want to line it up for a straight shot every time. And I know that I'm actually not good at straight shots
Yeah.
because somewhere in my head I've gotten so worried about scratching that even though scratching doesn't matter in this particular game, it's still there.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh, I need to put bottom on it or whatever. But yeah, these pockets, I mean, some of them I kept trying to remind myself, hit him soft, because then it won't bounce out. It'll bounce in this table. And I still kind of hit a bunch too hard.
Well, and that's
they
the one
bounced out.
advantage when you're playing this. It's not about position or anything. You're just trying to make that shot, so you have the ability to hit them soft and just make the ball. Do we know what wave DJ is on right now?
It is like, yeah.
2.
On wave 2. Oh.
There you go.
For practicing, though, even though it's ball in hand every time, because you're in the kitchen, it is very good practice because they are so random where they pop up. And when you're just practicing on your own, it's kind of hard to keep coming up with where to put it, and you lose patience, and I would be just like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
Or I would just play a rack and 9 ball or something like that and just be like, oh, I'm done. But this one, because you, like, I felt like as much as I wanted to quit, I'm like, I can't quit till I'm done with this round, whether I die or finish it successfully. So it's definitely good practice.
Yeah. I mean, they're all hard shots. When you're in the kitchen shooting those up table shots, those are shots, if you're in the middle of a game, those are always key, important shots to make to be able to keep playing. You don't find yourself having to shoot a bunch of those in a match. You might have 1 or 2. So it's good to practice those for sure. And I suppose you can make this whole process, this whole practice routine tougher on yourself just by also trying to get position. When I was practicing earlier, I didn't try to get position, but I tried to make sure I never hit another ball when I made my
Right,
shot.
I remember you saying that.
And I was just focusing on that. I want to make this and not touch anything else. Just to make it a little more difficult than just making a ball.
So you're kind of going for straight shots too. Yeah. Every once in a while, I would try a not straight shot, since that's more real life. I mean, you rarely get straight shots.
I like to put a little angle on almost everything that I shot. Maybe sometimes it was a very small bit, but
That's a cool angle where you can actually see what they're seeing.
his blood splatter is nowhere near what you had racked up.
That's like a strategy, right? It's just gonna slip. They're gonna slip and fall and trip over the guts of their predecessors.
It's a key shot. Nice. Nice shot, DJ. These are the ones right here.
But yeah, every time we come here to the studio,
Reset.
I have to remember how big this table is.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It does.
Well, in this drill, it really does, because you're in the kitchen on every shot, so, yeah. Oh,
Yep, and you always end up with a long shot because, like you said, it's easier to pick apart the ones that are closer to you.
they're coming for you, DJ.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
Yeah, the strategy of just waiting for them to come closer doesn't really work because there's always a new one back at the back.
Yeah, so you still
So
got to
you
deal with
always
those
have a
long
long
shots.
shot. You just hope that that long shot is like not center table and more edge, so that you can actually see it
And if you
without having a major cut.
you slammed that
gonna
one in,
get
DJ.
Here we go.
Getting frustrated.
Julieta's over
I'm
there
like, yeah.
What? You're frustrated? You've only been going at it for 5 minutes.
Yay!
Nicely done.
Zombies got you frustrated with your nunchucks there, DJ?
56%,
Three.
DJ. I'm gonna need a little better out of you.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, your layouts have been a little. Julieta has a lot of them.
So wave 3. hence
Wave
the
3.
3 ball.
This is the one I got stuck on and never got out of.
Well, let's see
Finally.
what DJ can do.
He's gonna knock it out in three hits.
Yeah, when I was warming up, I think I ran through the first 4 waves
Yeah, you went pretty quickly.
And then about wave 5, it started getting held up a little. But got through that, and
Yeah,
then
you
on
made it
wave
look
6
deceptively
was
easy.
yeah, and I might have had just a good lucky little string of making balls.
All
There
right.
you go, right through that wave.
Round 4.
I kept getting these balls though that were close to the end rail that
those-
were
yeah.
super difficult cuts. But that was happening to me like you, is I would clear the table and I'd have that one last and miss it, so then bring up a couple more. And that's a not terrible start.
They do kind of look like a dancing group when they're all clustered together like that, because their arms go together.
I guess you could just add in rules for yourself to say you can't make contact with another ball, or else it would be considered a miss.
You can make the rules really hard for yourself if this basic game is too easy for you.
Well, it's not that it's too easy, because it's still challenging, but you can get in that deadlock like you were in, where it's just, you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. So if you wanted to make it more difficult, to where you either have to make the shots or you're gonna die a
Guys,
zombie
right,
death.
right. I see what you're saying. So instead of being stuck on level
Yeah.
3 for 3 hours,
Yeah,
you're just dead faster.
yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, Matt did say it was called pocket, but we honestly really only saw one shot that I made in practice that wasn't intended pocket.
Well, and I want to see the rules if you're really not allowed to bank. Because when they're like way at the end and like you said, towards the center.
Oh, you're allowed to bank.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, I
but
thought you
somebody-
said no banks.
Oh, no. Oh, I was saying I was surprised you hadn't shot any banks yet, because you usually do.
Well, I don't
break
know
out a
that I
bank.
would have done a bank.
Although,
A long
yeah,
end bank on this
yeah,
table? Probably
yeah.
not.
Generally, I feel like your banks usually are side pocket banks, or at least
Yeah. they're
long
usually
rail to
side-
long rail. You know, you do bank to the corners, but the short bank, not a full table bank. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. I don't prefer them, even though you guys joke about it all the time.
Nice, DJ.
Oh, sorry.
They're coming for you. I feel like we need some audio in here, like slashing blades, guns, grenades.
A good little splatty sound effect, like a
Yeah.
watermelon getting. Yeah,
Sound effects for it.
instead of just a little splooch on the. Come up with some different ones.
Very smooth.
Nice.
See, they're a lot easier when they're closer.
Yeah, even a
Good at
diamond.
stating the obvious.
You know, anytime anything gets to that center pocket, they're still not gimmies though.
Well, I missed some easy side pocket ones.
It's nice when you get them where you can shoot them into the side though.
Yeah, yeah. A little less stress. Donna, Donna, Donna.
Jordan's ball placement is a little
I mean, to be fair, I don't know how he shoots pool. It's
right.
truly amazing to me to have tunnel vision in one eye and that's it.
You know,
and
there's
blind in the other eye.
a professional that has the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Amazing.
It's really amazing.
And remind me, this is wave 3?
No, 4. He's
4?
he
Oh yeah, he went
he
right
went
through
through
wave 3
really
real
fast.
quick. Yeah.
show off.
Oh, he got upset when I thought it was wave 3. Didn't
Now
you?
he's like,
He's
I
like,
go home, I'll show
oh,
you."
really, Rob? See, I was just trying to motivate you, man. I'm a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Instead of you got this, you're like, oh. I mean,
No
we're
way.
We're still in wave 3.
There we are, wave 5.
Reverse psychology.
It works.
You want me to come to your pool match later?
Oh, he's playing tonight?
Played,
What?
I don't know.
I thought Sunday started at 5:30.
It does.
who's that playoff
It's already 8. Totally.
9 or 8?
That's why James isn't here. He's in the house.
We're all mumbling.
The warm-up.
How good is this microphone?
Right.
So is there a
Thanks,
microphone in
Alex.
the back, or did no one else hear that?
Let's kill the zombies. I'm here now, guys. I'm here.
I think Matt's idea was good. We should have like a bucket.
Yeah. He's,
Red slime.
but the problem is we can't have it by the table, or it's literally.
We'll have it by the table off in the distance.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
Slime
There
shower.
we go.
Technically, I didn't die.
We could have made it an extra gory edition and covered the table in a tarp and then had blood all over the table and shot the balls that way. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
No, the one he wanted to hit didn't go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, APA, that was
According to
golden.
Matt's rules, that was a miss.
Wait, he did get a slop one.
Yeah, the cue ball caromed into another ball, which went into a
Still a dead
pocket
zombie, guys.
or something. Maybe it was, I don't know. I think it was that.
I like Alice's.
But yeah, as they advance, sometimes you're like, oh yes, I like this layout better.
Yeah. I think, what's the most zombies you think you saw on the board at once? I want to say 6.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. I don't believe I ever saw
That would be
you
a
have
fun
6.
stat for this game to have. Is like, what's the worst run of misses you had, or
Oh, yeah.
how many zombies were you facing at one time?
Yeah, and maybe like how many 3 or 4 ball runs you had, because you had a lot of 4 ball runs.
And then I'd miss a bunch.
Well, you'd get stuck with missing those last 2 that were at the end, but you'd run out 4 balls and then miss. But you were consistently 4 balls, 4 balls, 4 balls.
And then I would miss a bunch in a row, and so that they could all get closer.
Yeah.
I mean, not on purpose. Again,
Yeah, remind me not to hunt zombies with you.
right.
I don't want them to get close to me.
I'm nearsighted. You know, I can hit them better when they're closer.
There's a good shot. Nice shot, DJ. Did you identify any specific shots were the most difficult for you?
Just long.
Just
Because there
long
were
in
some
general?
shots where normally in league, I mean, if it's close to the pocket, it doesn't matter if it's the entire table. That's an easy shot for me.
Yeah.
In my head.
Yeah.
Not today. Not today. I was missing anything that I felt like, anything that was in the opposite kitchen. I wasn't getting. So I wonder if that's because
Yeah.
my aim is just that much off.
On there.
That-
and
Since the cue ball had further to travel, by the time it got there, it was really a miss, and it would have barely made it. Kind of wobbled in a smaller table with bigger pockets. So if my accuracy is not as perfect,
When you play normally, though, you do play for position,
yeah.
and that's
I
a
try.
thought in your mind. And when you were shooting this, were you playing for position?
Of course not. No,
So that's a terrible way to practice.
you're right.
You got to practice how you would play. right? So just like they say, when
So
you're
really
shooting the
it's
8 or
just
the
a
9
shot
ball
making.
for the game win, still play position, because that's what you do on every other shot. Why would you change it now?
Well, because, and also if you miss, how do you want to leave your opponent?
Exactly.
Especially a
or
9 ball.
you're going to protect your cue ball from the scratch by playing position. But when you don't play position, and that's what you do normally when you shoot, you kind of take away part of the mental aspect of your shooting.
I mean, I guess you can do whatever you want. The rules are the rules, but you can be like, this is my pool table.
Oh, nice.
So
Great shot.
I'm just going to play wherever the cue ball lies. Because that's a little more realistic
Yeah.
for a real game.
Yeah.
You know, you may start in the kitchen
Just hungry. Yeah, waffles.
Yeah, I like that way.
and then
of
just keep
playing
playing.
this, play it where it lies.
Play it where it lies.
Yeah, I think that would be a fun way to play it. But if I played it that way, I would also play that you can't make contact with another zombie.
Oh, it's right.
Why not? Because sometimes they're in such sucky positions, you'd want them to kind of be knocked out. And,
True.
like you want to do that
So
breakout,
what
for
would you
instance.
do if you made a shot
Wiggly arms.
and then so you would just play them where they lied, no matter what, if you hit them,
Oh, you're right. You
right?
have to probably put him back on the zombie head,
You
huh?
got this.
Yeah, I think.
Are you trying to shark him with the you got this?
I didn't know. I believe in it. I have 100% believe in it.
Nice.
See? He had it.
So he's on the final level.
Yeah, level 6.
Nice.
Nice job. Nice job, DK.
Not bad.
Dang, look at all those guys.
So many zombies. Look at that.
DJ, you got this.
Wow. Okay.
Who said that? Alice.
Oh, that is a lineup right there.
I mean, you kind of almost want them to advance a little bit. They're so crowded
Yeah.
in there. That's terrible. You can knock a few of them out.
Nice shot.
Oh, penalty.
No penalties.
I'm pretty sure the 11 ball is going to eat DJ's brains.
The one ball did it.
One ball.
Oh, wow, yeah. Starting with 6 is just
Yeah.
not good.
Well, so I guess we'll see the theory. Like if he missed one right now, we'll see if it ever brings up a 7th ball. I don't think I've seen.
Oh,
7.
that's right. 6 is the most we've ever seen. Oh, no, we won't see it.
Dang it! We needed you to miss that one, DJ.
Nothing.
We're just
Nothing.
working on theories over here. We're curious if it'll ever have more than 6 balls out.
How
In
many
a single
zombies
wave.
can you have in one wave? Now we're back to 6. I feel really bad
Ooh.
that I'm rooting for him to miss. He won't now. These are too close.
Because I feel
No,
like-
only because we wanted to see how many zombies show up, DJ. Not-
Yeah, I guess there's still because there's only be theoretically so much room, right? Well, I guess they could start popping up balls, 2 balls at once.
Oh, that's funny. He knocked. But he knocked the ball into.
This looks like a little drill. Ooh,
Good eye. Seeing that one from this angle, it didn't really look
that
like it
one,
would go.
that one rubbed its brains on the way in.
I know.
That red ball must have something to do with Matt's magic with the screen, but it looks purple when it starts moving.
Oh, I didn't
The red
notice that.
stripe, yeah. Probably has something to do with the green screen.
Nice shot. Well, you'll have to see if it goes past 6. Challenge yourself. You're like, I don't want to let it go there.
I don't think we're gonna get.
Well, does it go? How many levels does it have? Because if it has 7 levels, we know it goes to 7. There's 7 zombies.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we don't even know.
One left. Down. Don't be like me.
There was just too much blood out there. You couldn't focus.
He just didn't want it to be over. He's like, I'm going to miss this, so I get to keep playing.
You wanted to
I said he didn't want it to be over. I did. About halfway in, I was like, oh,
See, doesn't it look
Tired
even
of
that
missing.
one? I think it's all of them really.
this is the stripe when it rolls over
Yeah.
the screen. I'll have to pay closer attention.
Shot. Only 2 more zombies. And then you're free. then you survived. I'm not like that.
That was a bold
You're
move.
such a
going
good
for the-
coach,
the
Casey.
long one.
I know.
You're a really good coach.
So,
Yeah, last week I was coaching. One of our players had a 2-4. No, was it a 2-4 race? Maybe it was a 2-3 race. 2-3 race in 8-ball. And the other person won right away, so now they're on the hill. They only need to win one more. He's got to win 3. And he looked at me and he's like, well, this will be short. And I'm like, I mean, technically, I said, you could just win the next 3. And he looked at me and he's like, thanks, coach. But he did. So I was like, ha, see? It's good coaching. You never know, though.
I
Just
always
'cause-
have told 2s and 3s, they have it kind of the most difficult in the APA races because it can be over so quick. You don't
Yeah.
have a chance to come back from
Yep.
being off a couple racks. Or if you have one
Oh, yeah.
accidental scratch on an 8, it's like,
Yeah.
well, your match is halfway over, you know? I can lose 3 games and still come back.
Yeah.
and win.
Oh, when I was a 3, I mean, I liked being a 3, but on the other hand, playing another 3, it's a 2-2 race.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
gives you no time.
yeah. One fluke thing happens and they've already got a point.
Yeah,
Even if
Exactly.
you do win at that point, they've already got a point.
yeah. So in that regard, it's kind of nice having
Yeah.
more matches to play.
I wish all the races were longer and they just didn't have as many people play.
That was a really good idea.
3 people a night and do minimum of a race to 3.
This is 6, right?
Yeah.
right?
You're doing good.
You're hardly even that bloody yet, DJ.
I know.
Yeah, was mine just solid blood? Guess I
It
can go
seemed-
back and look.
It seemed like at a certain point it stopped adding.
Did it?
Yeah,
That's good.
because there was
I
this
think
one,
it's just getting blood spots on top of blood spots.
right, yeah. There was the one glob on the side there. I'm like, yep, that's.
Like the glob
just-
back there. See, he's made a lot of long shots based on the blood.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
You can tell people's favorite shots or favorite spots to make balls because all of it's red.
Oh, that's a good point. I'll have to go back and rewatch them all. I'm telling you, those long shots are hard.
See that one back there?
Yeah.
That's
See
a
how
tough one.
it's so towards the center.
Yeah.
But see now it'll move. So it's a strategy. See where he goes. Oh, he didn't move. Or the new guy popped up in the same spot.
Yeah.
That's just evil.
Well, and see if you played it, if you did play it where your cue ball lied, some things it would make easier like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because you could play in the position and.
You think the computer sees which shots you miss? And
No.
pops up zombies accordingly?
No.
Because I swear in Scrabble
Well,
it gives me no vowels on
Maybe-
purpose when I'm
So
winning.
when you said the word "sees," I said absolutely not, but I guess it could because you're clicking miss, so it knows.
It knows where there's blood.
Well, it knows also because she registers miss on that one, right? So I guess it does know. I wonder if it does any kind of intelligent, oh, let me make him keep shooting these. Learning zombies.
But yeah, when I was shooting, since I know, I mean, I shouldn't say I know, I wasn't gonna clear the table, but just the whole idea of picking the shots that you think you can make, because the other ones will move at some point. Maybe they'll be in a better spot. Kind of like when I play 8-ball. Since I'm not in the break and run category by any stretch.
He's having a time.
I said, 8,000 times better than I was.
Tina.
Oh, I thought we weren't gonna do sharking in this
I
episode.
don't think that shark was wrong. He started it.
It's not sharking.
He said Tina.
It's
okay?
not sharking if the other person starts it.
Casey's in the corner there.
What?
The cue ball.
The cue ball.
Oh, I just thought you could like.
Do it with his mind.
This is nunchucks. He said nunchucks, not cue ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started looking for my little statue thingy for this, you know, my weapon of choice.
Yeah.
Can't find it.
Gonna have to get another one.
I mean, the base was kind of heavy. The lady in the skirt was plastic. I wonder if I threw it away. I mean, gave it away. I mean,
I was at somebody's house recently that definitely would have had a large collection of them, but she donated them to the Boys and Girls
oh, that's a really good idea.
because then they give them to the kids as awards or whatever. They put new plaques on them. Yeah. Yeah, because you could go, I guess, to a trophy shop and just buy the topper, right? So they get rid of the pool person.
Or they might have pool.
Maybe they do. Maybe. Come on, DJ. You got this.
I think
Nice.
he likes you got this.
Yeah, he might.
He's trying to run. It's definitely down.
Oh yeah, he likes that one.
That Jaws trailer makes me laugh every time I see it. Nice run. This is it.
Brains.
Brains. Yay!
You
You
survived.
did it! 60%,
Nice
nice.
finish, dude.
That was good.
That was 60%?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rob,
Good job.
Robert. All right, it's my turn to. You have to sit there now.
Mine in the hot seat.
Yeah, you're in the hot seat, getting interrogated.
well, I think that's going to be all the zombie killing that we're going to do tonight. Again, we were just practicing this for the first time, so we're kind of learning how long it takes. And I either thought it was going to be like, you're going to go out or you're going to knock it out, right? And Julieta gave us a really interesting paradigm with the situation. She just didn't want to die, but she didn't want to survive the apocalypse, so she just kind of hung on there for a while. So kind of interesting. I think
just maximizing how many zombies you killed?
Yeah.
It really was?
You just had the bloodlust. You just wanted more zombies. But did you learn anything by doing this exercise?
I need to work on my focus, and I think I was rushing.
Yeah.
Definitely rushing.
One of the things I noticed through this is once people get a couple zombies under their belt, they didn't do their pre-shot routine.
Yep.
They just kind of swung into the shot, and that's kind of the last thing you want to do to be able to shoot straight, long shots.
Didn't chalk, didn't do my normal routine, and
Yeah.
it showed.
All right. Anything else that you kind of learned from this? Did you discover a particular shot or angle that you liked more than another, or something surprised you?
Not really. I think what really made the game longer is as we got closer, it got easier to open the sides up. I think that really, increased the time. So
Cool. Awesome. Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us here tonight for the Zombie Defense Game Night, just kind of like a hangout experience with us. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Seeking Gravity.